How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. So we're back with another Vanguard's tips video. Basically we're going to be talking about how to improve your aim and your accuracy online with using bots in a private lobby. Now a lot of you may already do this. This is aimed towards people that may be beginners or looking to improve their aim and don't already use bots to their advantage. I'll be giving you some tips on sort of what different settings you can adjust, and also some aim assist settings as well that you can use to get better at the game and just to improve that aim and take out more enemies and things like that. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you have any suggestions or any tips you'd like to see covered on the channel, as always, leave a comment down below. Really do appreciate any suggestions that I get for some videos. So we'll get straight into it now, guys, and hope you enjoy. So, some of the settings you might want to look to change when you're playing against bots is going to be if you go into your private match, into game setup. Personally, I'll put it on free-for-all because that's going to be your best option because everybody is going to be your enemy. And if you go on game rules, put the time on unlimited and put the score on unlimited. And I like to go across to player. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So, you can sort of play around with the max health. You know, you can put literally so they die to like a fist, or you can put it on 300 points where it's going to take a lot more shots. Obviously, the base health is going to be 100. So personally, I quite like around 200. 300 seems a bit much sometimes. You end up running out of ammo, but you can play around with this. So I'll put it on 200 for now. Also, you can switch up if you go down to radar, always on. Obviously, this is going to be disabled, but if you put it on constant, you can just see where the enemies are going to be. But if you want to test your reactions, then you may want to turn this off and just sort of let yourself figure out where they are. But if you're practicing your aim, it's quite a nice one to angle it up, especially just practicing having those UAVs running. So if you go across to gameplay as well, obviously you can put it on headshots only. Now this is quite a fun one to use because basically it's going to practice your headshots, so obviously you can only kill the enemies with headshots. Now I will show you some footage of this as well, but first we're going to show you some of the max health footage. And then just before we get into it, obviously you want to go across onto this, press add bot, like so. I don't want to put too many because it is shipment and it gets a little bit hectic, but you can put as many as you want. Sometimes, it took me a while my first time using bots to sort of figure out how to do it basically. And then also, if you want bot setup, click in L3. I'll put it on recruit or regular, to be honest. It gets a little bit hectic on veteran, so we'll leave it on that for now since we are just practicing our aim, but it's personal preference. So let's get straight into it here. Basically what we're going to be doing is just sliding around, practicing that aim. This is very good if you're sort of before a match or before a game. If you just hopped on, maybe you're waiting for your friends to hop on. Quite a nice way to come and practice your targets. And yeah, basically good for Warzone as well with this max health. Because obviously in Warzone you're going to be wearing plates and people are going to take a lot more damage than compared to multiplayer. So it's just really good. It's just to get yourself warmed up. Just sort of practice. You can practice on different maps. You can practice different weapons, different setups and things like that. Test out different attachments and what you want to use really. But yeah, that's going to do it for the max health. Let's get onto the headshots only. So here we are on headshots only mode. As you can see, I'm shooting this guy in the body here and it's just not killing him. Shoot him in the head. Well, that guy come behind me and took me out. But if you shoot him in the head, it's obviously going to kill them. So this is very good to practice your centering. Basically what centering is, as I speak about quite a bit, is basically you want to have your crosshairs always set up around head height. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but basically once you go into an online match after playing like this, you're going to get a lot more headshots, I find. And obviously the head's the most important place you want to aim for. So if you can get nice and accurate, practice your slides, practice your jump shots and things like that. And just sort of practice snapping onto the enemies' heads, because if you're aiming at their feet and they're aiming at your head, they're going to take you out more than likely, mostly in multiplayer. It's just a very nice way to practice that movement and just spring around the map really and just take people out. Practice different weapons. Also, I will use a sniper rifle as well from time to time. So if I just kill myself here, pull out a sniper. Now this is obviously a smaller map, so it might be harder to get some kills, but basically what I'm saying is just practice your headshots and you're going to get a lot more kills. As you can see, I kind of suck right now. I haven't really done this for a little while here. But yeah, you can see the sort of gist of it. So this is a real cool tip that I used to speak about back in Warzone, but may as well refresh your memories on it if you don't already do this. This is controller only for this, but if you go into settings, then you want to go to controller, and it'll be on controller there. But if you go into gameplay, and aim assist will be on, but if you turn that off, basically what this is going to do is obviously get rid of your aim assist, and you're going to find it a little bit harder to aim as well if you've never done this before. But basically what aim assist does is slows down your aim. As you can see there, it's not slowing down my aim on this guy. But basically if you play, you know, maybe you play quite a few kills with aim assist turned off, you'll see once you go back to aim assist being on, first you want to get used to it obviously being off. This is going to improve your sort of natural aim without that assist there. But as you can see, my aim's all over the place here. But as we sort of slowly get used to it, you're going to find when you go back to have an aim assist on, your aim is just crazy. Obviously this is quite a close range map, so you won't notice it too much. But if you try and get a bit longer distance shots, they can be quite hard. But I'll show you what it's like now. I'll play for about 5 minutes with this off, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what I mean. We've been playing and practicing a little bit with aim assist turned off. So if you go back to settings, turn that back on there, basically you'll see the difference here. You can see it slows down, but once you do this, it's going to be very hard for you to miss because you're used to sort of aiming yourself, if that makes sense, without the assist. Now you've got assist as well, it's obviously a lot easier to aim. As you can see, the aim does slow down a lot like that, but it really does make a world of difference. This is also very good for sniping once again, and practicing those sort of aggressive quick scopes, which is always nice and fun to get good at, which I'll show you an example of now. So we've got the sniper right now, and it's basically, I got a hit marker on that guy, but it's just going to slow down your aim basically, and you're just going to get a lot more shots off like this. So if you warm up in a private match with bots before you go into multiplayer, you know, it's going to make such a difference. Like, it's such an underrated tip. I know a lot of the sort of pro players will do this before playing on Warzone and things like that, or before tournaments really. You get a lot of hit markers here, it's annoying. But yeah, you get the gist of it. So that's going to do it for today, guys, for the improving your aim and accuracy tips. I know this is mainly aimed towards more controller players, but I'm not really in a position where I can comment on keyboard and mouse because I've never actually played it myself. So obviously I don't want to be giving tips on things that I don't already know. But if you find this helpful or learned anything new today, please do leave a rating and a subscribe. Really, really does help out the channel. Like I always say, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers this year, which it really, really would mean the world to me if we can do that. Did never expect to get this much growth, especially since Vanguard come out. The channel has been blowing up. You know, we've gained, I think, about 200 subscribers in the last month or so, because I wanted to hit 500 for New Year's. But there we go, we're going to keep on growing. Hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.